of course, still very wobbly bobblehead kind of baby. Hello everyone, hope y'all are doing well. We are going to go ahead and do the 1 month update, as you can tell by the title, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with sleep. Baby did not sleep very good in the beginning. I guess that's expected. They get hungry very frequently. They have teeny tiny tummies, so you have to just let them get up as frequently as they need. However, I will say the first 2 weeks were absolutely atrocious, and that is totally my fault. I did not know the importance of swaddling and the startle reflex and what that does to babies. She had it really bad. She would startle herself awake constantly, and so I will say that swaddling became my absolute best friend. When she was around 2 weeks old, I thought, oh, let me just try this for the hell of it, not really realizing why people swaddle and how it is not just for comfort and warmth, that it has lots of other uses, and it is extremely important in the beginning to do. So I started doing that, and it helped so much. Now we're gonna go ahead and jump right into feeding. She is a breastfed baby. She is also a cluster feeder. So that means that she does not feed necessarily every 2 to 3 hours. It means that she may want to eat every 10 minutes, every 30 minutes, every 2 hours, constantly. It really just depends on what she wants to do, but she nurses on and off all the time. She was a NICU baby, and so when she was in the NICU, I did not feel comfortable holding her very much. I would, of course, whenever they would let me, but I just felt really nervous about all of the cords and everything. And so when she was home, I was holding her as frequently as possible. And so it came to the point where she just kind of wanted to be in my arms all of the time. That was probably partially because of me and partially because of the NICU experience itself. She would only take naps if someone was holding her. You could not put her down in like a bassinet or anything of that nature. That was totally fine with me, because at that point I just wanted to hold her all the time, because I wanted to know that she was breathing and she was okay, because that's how she came into this world, was not breathing. And so I was just very protective of her and just loved holding her and watching her and making sure she was okay. Okay, we're gonna go ahead into doctor's appointments, weight, all that kind of stuff. The first ever doctor's appointment was the next day after being released from the hospital. The first appointment, she was 5 pounds, 12 ounces, which was only 2 ounces down from her birth weight. Her birth weight was 5 pounds, 14 ounces. So that was awesome. They were really happy about that. They knew that she must be getting a lot of nutrients from breastfeeding. Breastfeeding was working well, because typically they do lose weight in the very beginning. The next appointment was set to be when she was 2 weeks old, but we actually ended up having to go in a little bit earlier. So in the first appointment, they recommended giving her vitamin D. Apparently, babies just don't get enough vitamin D. Even breastfed babies do not get enough, and so they recommend that you give that to them. I gave it to her. She immediately projectile vomited. I felt like I was a horrible person. I thought I must just have given it to her way too fast. She has a tiny stomach. I can't believe, I made my baby projectile vomit. And so I just felt horrible and was kind of watching her that day. She then proceeded to throw up multiple times that day, was not eating her normal or acting her normal self. And so, yeah, it was just very rough, and was up all that night with her, making sure she was okay and everything. Then we went ahead and called the doctor. So we went ahead and scheduled a doctor's appointment, because at that point I figured the vitamin D has got to be out of her system. What is going on? Why is she still throwing up? The doctor did not think that it was the vitamin D at all. They thought it was just a coincidence, that the vitamin D should not be doing that to her. And so they said that it was probably reflux. So they said what I need to do is I need to make sure that as soon as she's done eating, not to lay her down. Now, typically, she would fall asleep right after eating. You know, babies get milk drunk. They need to go to sleep. And they said that laying her down to sleep is not a good thing. What you need to do is make sure that after she eats to burp her, make sure she actually burps. And then you need to hold her upright for 30 minutes because it takes 30 minutes for the food to go through their system. So even though that was super inconvenient, we went ahead and did that. I will say that the reflux did not completely go away, that she was still throwing up, and sometimes it was major projectile vomit, but I will say that it did get a lot better following those tips as to how it was the first few days after that had started, when she was like a week and a half old. So anyways, let's then fast forward to the second appointment, and then she was 6 pounds 4 ounces. She had grown a tiny bit in height, but not by very much, and I think her head circumference might have grown a little bit, but because she was still so young, it wasn't a huge growth spurt or anything. But the weight was awesome. The doctor was really, really happy with her weight gain and everything. And then I will say right around that time is when she started becoming a lot more alert, a lot more fun. She was recognizing my voice and other people that came in contact with her on a regular basis. She was recognizing their voices, which was really fun and really awesome. We went out a lot in the very beginning. I was taking her to stores, doing things with her. I just wanted to be out and about. I don't know if it was being cooped up in the hospital or what, but I just wanted to go out and walk around every single day. And so we were doing that, and I will say right around the beginning of November is when she was getting to be super, super fun. Oh my gosh, it was just so awesome. And then in terms of like mobility and stuff, she was still, of course, very shaky the first month. After the first 2 weeks, she had gotten a lot better. Like over the course of the month, she definitely improved. She absolutely hated tummy time, and I was not really jumping on putting her down for tummy time because of all her reflux struggles. I was just kind of too scared to lay her down like that. I had a couple times and she threw up on the activity mat and all that, so I just wasn't doing it that much. But when I did do it, she hated it and she let me know. So she didn't get a ton of practice the first month, I will say, so that was bad on me. But when she was on my chest, she would be able to kind of like push herself up a bit, and her neck strength was definitely improving, but of course still very wobbly bobblehead kind of baby. That's all I can think of for this update. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions, future video requests, whatever the case may be. Let me know in the comments. Follow me on my social media, which is down in the description box. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, all of that. And I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.